Coronavirus is underway, with companies fast-tracking their testing process. This comes, by the way, as one of the president's personal valets tested positive for the virus. Now questions are being raised about the first family's exposure to the disease, and could a vaccine be available soon? We'll get to that. But here to weigh in on all of this is anesthesiologist and founder of BioReset Medical, Dr. Matthew Cook, and Inspira Health Chairman of Rheumatology. And here's a look at his book, in fact, Bad Medicine, The Horrors of American Healthcare, Dr. Stephen Soloway. Dr. Soloway, let me ask you first, from what we know about COVID-19, what kind of danger could the president be in right now?
I don't think he's in any danger at all.
Could you expand upon that, please?
Well, you're asking me if I think he's in danger because one of his valet staff is exposed to or has coronavirus.
Okay, let me ask Dr. Cook. I just wanted to find out, Dr. Cook, when you have somebody like that may be close to an individual and the incubation period, we understand, is 2 to 14 days, what does that look like? What kind of precautions might be taken?
Well, I'm sure there's an extensive team around him that's watching him, and so the main thing that I'm sure they've done is they're doing social distancing to make sure that everyone's not too close, and I'm sure that they're testing there on a regular basis. And then, if somebody's had exposure, then you're just going to be watching for some of the common symptoms.
Dr. Soloway, the president doesn't wear a face mask. He isn't really ever seen wearing one. Would you advise moving forward that he kind of change his approach, and in light of what you even recommend to your patients?
I recommend that all my patients, and by the way, 3 months ago, I put on Facebook that everybody should be provided with N95 masks and special gloves, all provided by the government 3 months ago, knowing that there is not going to be any quick fix or a solution or medication or vaccine for this problem because we're not good at treating viruses. That being said, I think the most important thing for the president to wear the mask is probably just a enforcement of leadership, that if he wears a mask, that everyone else will wear the mask. Unfortunately or fortunately, in reality, the president is above the other people, and he is isolated from people, and you're not allowed near him unless you're screened. So that's why the original question, when he's in any danger, that's not even a question, because no one's allowed near the president unless they're screened. So this particular staffer who got the virus, that person's not allowed near the president.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you, sir. Dr. Cook, let's talk about the Moderna vaccine candidate that they're working on. It's gotten approval from the FDA to go to a phase 2. Now, I don't know about this process as well as you do, I'm sure, but if that goes well, it's supposed to be into a phase 3 in early summer. Can you give me your take on what you know about that candidate?
Well, I think the probability that we end up with a successful vaccine coming out of the summer is extraordinarily low. Mm-hmm. Typically, these vaccines take years to build a good one, and we make a lot of mistakes as we go on. And so it's a process that we have to be engaged in and be ready to move forward on. But the probability that any one vaccine that gets approved for trials is going to work out is going to be low.
Dr. Soloway, do you agree?
I'll answer by giving some thoughts that I think are important to the topic. When thinking through history, when we were younger, we were vaccinated against measles, mumps, rubella. Now we're vaccinated against shingles, and we have vaccines for rabies. We have no vaccines for parvo B19. We have no treatment or vaccine for chikungunya. My point being that we don't know how to treat viruses. We never have. Luckily, hepatitis C is the one virus that does have a cure, the only one in thousands of years, the only virus that's ever been treatable. So it's pretty far-fetched that anybody thinks that that anything is going to have more than some positive benefit on slowing viral spread. But even the anti-Ebola virus drug that's been rapidly FDA approved for use in coronavirus patients, I think is more an effort in futility rather than an effort in life-saving, because scientists must show at a political level that they're doing something. They can't just say we've done nothing. So they've taken a shotgun at 1,000 drugs and said, okay, we're going to study all of them. But you can't reinvent wheels. It's just not possible. You can't cure herpes with penicillin, and we don't have a penicillin for vaccines. Although, that being said, mumps virus vaccine took 4 years to make. I believe the fastest vaccine ever made in the history of the earth is 2 years.
Dr. Soloway, we are sorry to interrupt you. We really appreciate